For the first time in months, I have lost weight 2 weeks on the bounce. Is Reta finally kicking in? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've lost weight 2 weeks on the bounce. Now, it's not a lot of weight, but it's better than nothing. So before I started Reta, there was a lot of talk that Reta does take a little while to kick in. And considering it's supposed to be quite a bit powerful, the starting doses compared to Mounjaro are much lower, hence why I think it does take a little while to kick in. Now, I've said this for the last 5 weeks, the first 72 hours were amazing, exactly what I needed, because Mounjaro just stopped working for me, like it literally did, and it's the reason why I jumped to Reta. Since then, there haven't been any ups and downs on Reta, apart from very slow and progressive. I mean, so slow and progressive that I've even decided to stack it with cagrilintide, which is another peptide that slows gastric emptying, keeps you fuller, because Reta, in comparison to Mounjaro, does not keep me full. If I said that, I'd be lying to you. But again, this is on my current dosage of 1.5 milligrams. I've started on 1 milligram for the first 3 weeks. This is week 5, so 1.5 milligrams. I did that last week, and I did notice a slight improvement. Nothing too much, but again, slowly. I mean, again, the starting dose of Mounjaro is 2.5, so take that with what you will. So what's changed? Nothing's changed, to be honest. I've been training like I have. Wednesday, so in the middle of the week and the end of the week, like now, when I have a lot more free time, I do have really good workouts. And on Wednesday, the day before my injection, I was in the gym for about a solid 45 minutes. I went heavier than I would have liked, but that's because I had a bit more time and stuff like that. So I just had a really good workout, and no surprisingly, that day I was just absolutely hungry. Again, compare this to Mounjaro, this does not cure my appetite. I think where Mounjaro shuts everything down, it stops you eating and reaching your macros, your protein, your whatever, or you do struggle to eat. This isn't as strong, but it keeps you going. Again, it's a 1.5 milligram dose. I've noticed an increase in energy since I've been taking Reta over Mounjaro. I mean, I'm still taking my other stuff as well, like mots-c, love it. I'm not going to stop taking that. That with Mounjaro is exactly what I needed. This with Reta is on a different level. Cagrilintide, to be honest, so in my last video that I made regarding that, with the side effects, it's actually gone a bit, it's weird because I do post, say, one video and I sort of split it into shorts and TikToks and stuff like that. On TikTok, it's got like 2,000 views. It's just ridiculous. Where on YouTube, maybe like 30. It's just weird. So I am on multiple platforms, so just reaching out and just, again, it's just documenting my experience within these peptides, to be honest. Nothing's changed this week to encourage my weight loss. Training's been great, food's been good, sleep's been on point. That for me is really important. Again, I'm not getting more than, say, 7 hours sleep, but it's the quality of that. I'm getting between 6 and 7 hours daily, and honestly, the quality of the sleep, I think that's what makes a difference. That's with the tesamorelin. There is one, let's just call it side effect. I noticed last week when I was training back, I forgot to mention in my video, my weigh-in video last week. So when I was training back last week, I noticed like a fold, and I just thought, that's weird. I sort of like touched myself to make sure. I thought like I felt something, and it literally was the fat on my back fold. So again, AI, and that's basically stubborn belly fat around my torso and stuff like that, and obviously love handles and whatnot, that is starting to less bulky, just, you know, soften up a little bit. And as I'm losing weight, and I want to say that's tesamorelin doing this thing. Again, I have been on this for well over 6 weeks, coming up to potentially 8 weeks now, using tesamorelin. And yeah, so that was that. I noticed that, and I thought that's a bit weird, because before I started Reta, I remember I was doing leg press, and I felt my stomach fold in half. And again, that's the stubborn belly fat sort of slowly, very slowly, I guess, softening and getting rid of. I don't know, like, it's stubborn, you know, for a reason. So it's actually really quite surprised with that, if that's what it is. I mean, that's just according to AI. So again, you know, I thought, what's that? You know, I felt like a twitch-ish thing, and I thought, oh, 1 minute, that's my fat on my back. Oh yeah, of course it is. Okay, yeah. So I want to say that's tesamorelin doing this thing, because it is specifically for that. It does give me amazing sleep. Again, the quality of the sleep is the best I've had for such a long time. When I first started my weight, that's coming up to a year ago, which is ridiculous. So this time last year, me jumping on Mounjaro was on my mind. This time right now, I promise you, and I will do a separate video to mark that anniversary, because the progress that I've made since then, it's coming up to 1 year, and I do have a target in date. I do have a target weight. Considering at one point I didn't lose weight for 7 weeks, it's getting closer. I think I'm flying away in about 5 or 6 weeks, so the end of July. If I can get as close to it as possible, would be amazing. I mean, and I am trying. I mean, I am, for example, still intermittent fasting, well over 230 days, unbelievable. And again, some days I just do 16 hours, like absolutely starving. So I'm flying away in 6 weeks. And again, before a couple of weeks ago, before last week, when I actually did lose weight, not a lot of weight, but lost weight regardless, I was shocked. I was like, okay, cool, I'm that much closer. So my starting weight was 20 stone 12 this time last year. Might have been a little bit more, who knows, I have no idea, but I didn't weigh myself at this point, this time last year. I only weighed myself as proof to my current weight and my picture, so I can apply for the pen. Was, I want to say, Flow Clinic. They were the cheapest at £109. Absolute joke of the price. But to think at that point now it's cheap. For only 2.5 mil, what I can buy now with peptides, it's unbelievable. Anyway, so I weighed myself today, and the scales have dropped, and I'm like, again, not a lot of weight, do not get me wrong, but I've got stronger. I'm training harder, struggling to reach 200 grams of protein. Now, I have to admit that. I mean, I think the lowest I got this week on a daily was maybe like 140. I couldn't just, that's the thing, I'm getting hungrier, but then when I'm eating, I'm just eating what my usual stuff is, and it's like, that's it, no more. But I'll weigh myself, and it has dropped to 217.8 pounds. And I mean, it's dropped, and again, I don't know what that means, so converted everything, and I am currently just under 15 stone 8, so that is 15 stone 7. And I'll put everything on the screen, because I don't even know what that means. And I'm literally, I weighed myself just before I came out for this walk, and the fact that it's dropped, I've not lost strength, I've actually increased my strength. If you haven't seen like the last week's video, I'm a size 34 waist, unbelievable. I've lost just over 6 inches on my waist. Yeah, so I might be able to reach my target in the next 6 weeks. I very much doubt it. I mean, so I'm say 15 stone 7 now. My target weight is 14 stone. So I have to lose, what's that, 21 pounds in the next 6 weeks. Like, considering I had a 7-week stall. Talking of which, constipation, that's still a thing. That's just not as bad, but it's a thing, you know. I think I still got last Tuesday's dinner in me. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely fucking awful feeling. But you know what? I've lost a bit more weight. And to someone who recommended Jocalax, I can't remember. I remember I took that years ago. It was that brand, and I took, because again I had a similar problem when I was trying to lose weight when I was, you know, in my 20s and stuff like that. And honestly, that stuff, that shit hurts, man. Honestly, no way. I took it, wake up in the middle of the night, thought I was gonna die. Nah, no way, I'm not taking that. I'm just trying to eat healthy, train, just carry on going, you know. So yeah, lost weight. So let's recap. I've increased my strength a little bit. Everything feels looser on me. Waist is officially size 34. This is officially the lightest I've been in about 15 years. So 15 stone 7. Can I reach my target in the next 6 weeks? I very much doubt it. But I'm not going to stop until I do it. So like, subscribe and follow. If you could actually thumbs up the video to help out the channel, because apparently if you do that, the algorithm, whatever, pushes the video, you know, to outer space or God knows what. So, you know, for my regular viewers who do comment a lot, and I do appreciate the interaction, if you could also just give it a thumbs up. Because there's a lot of people who do comment, like, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy for the interaction, it's for that. But I know you don't like the video. So you either not subscribed and follow, keeping tabs on me, which is cool. But if you could genuinely just give it a thumbs up and just follow this stupid weight loss that I'm going through. And there's way more stuff coming up. Because nothing's easy, right? You know what I mean? Like, nothing is easy in life. If it was, I would have reached my target ages ago. And actually, if it was easy, I wouldn't even be on this journey in the first place. I'd be amazing metabolism and whatever. But anyway, and also I'd like to know how you guys are getting on, because a few videos ago a lot of you were commenting that you guys are stacking cacrylintide with Reta, and you know, again, I've made my own video, my video response to that. I have thought of it, but look, for now, anyway.